Hello friends, Rocio Life Coach here. And today I want us to have a conversation. It's not just that I'm talking, but I want us to have a conversation about diversity and inclusion. Many of us think that it is a problem of others anytime that we have bias against people. It's not our bias, that's not our problem, it's other people's problem. And guess what? It's not. We all have some kind of bias. We all discriminate for gender, because of reasons of gender, age, nationality, and somehow we, in our daily life, even though we read many books, especially now that is so trendy to talk about this topic, it's easy to listen to people talking about books like caste, like, oh, I read it and I'm really aware of my white supremacy and all of that. But are you really? And are you really aware of the conversations that people at your company are having and how we in our daily life are discriminating? So that's something that we should consider and that we should think, because the change, if you want to change your company, you have to start with yourself. You have to start recreating stories in your head, but also changing the language that you use around people. When you talk about other women, when you talk about the other leaders, when you talk about BIPOC, Black, Hispanic, Indian American people. So how is that? So I think there are a couple of steps that I want us to invite into this conversation. So the first one is be aware of the problem. Instead of saying I'm a colorblind, which is a lie, which we are not, I will invite you to be color proud, which means own the situation. If you are white, if you are Black, if you are Latino, Hispanic, own it and be proud of it, and be also strong enough to confront the situation and to say like, okay, as a Latino, this is how I discriminate. As a white person, this is how I discriminate, but this is what I want to do in order to make changes into my company. This is what I want to do differently so we can improve the retention of our employees, everything for our company. So the second step is go directly to the point. What is the real problem? Have the conversations. Be vulnerable and have the courage that you need in order to have the conversations with your people and to ask them, what is the problem that we're having? What do we need to change? Even if that implies that you have to adjust salaries, because that maybe $3-5 will make a whole difference in your company. Get to know your people. Sometimes you don't even remember the names of the people. Do you know who their families are, the name of their kids, even their pets? A religion that they practice, where they go to church. Make the time in your schedule, and as a business owner myself, I know how busy our schedules are. But if you really want to make changes, you have to get to know your people, and your people will appreciate that even more than getting some bonuses at the end of the year. Create together the strategies to solve the problem. It's not that you bring a company to solve the problem, it's that you all together get together to find the ways to fix or to build bridges between these different cultures. And invest not just your time, also your energy, your resources in order to create a strategy. Those will be just some ideas that may give you a path to build and to continue this conversation. And if you are really interested in building a diverse and inclusive culture, call me. I have a lot of experience working with multicultural companies. So call me. I am Rocio Life Coach.